Hello, welcome back. How long will Ben Wadey's tenure last? This is by Eleven's Melody. I hope I said your name correct. And these said Kate Oates, John Sen, and Chris Clencher all completed a 3-year tenure as executive producer. How long do you think Ben Wadey will be in the role? Currently, I've stopped watching the drug storyline, and Zoe's quest for my son have made me take a step back. Zoe's return has been awful, and the first time in a long time we've reached November with barely any information about Christmas storylines being shared. My own prediction is if they don't improve, Ben Wadey might be around for 18 months to 2 years before we see a new executive producer come in. Now, I need to just say something very quickly about this. We haven't seen Ben Wadey's full vision yet because Chris Glenshaw, the last executive producer who took over in late 2022, but he had to complete the previous executive producer's storylines from like what they were doing. He still had his own input, but he couldn't truly put the Glenshaw vision on screen until 2023. And
Yeah, it's why the last 6 months of 2022, despite being different, were probably arguably. I still think even though Chris Glenshaw technically took control in June 2022, obviously as Piggy said, you did need to complete like the other storylines. Like you can't just stop Janine and Mick like halfway there. You need to complete the puzzle.
And obviously, I know Zoe was brought in by Ben Wadey. So that is completely his vision. I don't know what still is Chris Clenshaw's vision in the show. I couldn't really tell you. I'm not really a genie. I don't know. Um, but I will say we have to give Ben Wadey time. I know I'm saying this like a parent who just really loves their second child but not the first child. Mom, he's a terrible son. Just give him time. He'll improve. But you do have to give him time. But from what I'm seeing with his vision, it's long drawn. Can I say the word bullshit? And it doesn't feel fun to watch it most times. It feels like a chore. Maybe it's because I've been doing this for 3 years nearly. But it's come to the point where I stick on these EastEnders. If you don't know what I do, I have a coloring book. I have an app on my phone called Happy Color. Spelled the American way is color, not the correct way, which is with the U. And I stick that on, and I like watch the EastEnders and color in. And then when I have to pay attention to a scene, I do because the script it's in the corner of the box. I know that is like the very autism ADHD way of doing it. That's how I do it. It's kind of to distract myself, but also to watch it.
But
And
you still know what you're talking about, so
yeah, I do. I mostly hear because it is hard to be like bollocks. I have to color in number one, but hold on, I gotta see Robbie's ass in these tight pants. Hold on, player. But I don't know why I'm subjecting Robbie. He's just a nice bloke. But yeah. So I feel indifferent about this. Ben Wadey, from what I've seen with this show and his vision that we've sort of seen, what is the goal? What is the end goal of your achievement, mate? Because Chris Clencher was brought in and he basically set up the six. He went, this is going to be my fucking Who Shot Phil Mitchell. This is going to be my Who Killed Lucy Beale. This is going to be that. My crown jewel. Let's not talk about the aftermath. The aftermath was okay.
yeah.
But that was his like golden goose. And if Ben Whaley's golden goose is Zoe Slater, I'm sorry, mate, but I've no confidence in you because you've brought in Zoe Slater, and I don't want to say you've bastardized the character because again, it's been 20 years, and I've said this in a previous video that Zoe would be guilt with a lot of trauma. But if Zoe is your golden goose that you are carrying through this show and bringing into a new like vision, a new like era of your show, you need more juice on that steak, in my opinion. You need more juice on it because yes, there is like time and like, every producer has their favorite characters. Like the one before Chris Clencher, like his favorite characters were Ben Mitchell and like Whitney Dean and Mick Carter.
Whitney. Yeah.
Chris Clenshaw's was obviously like Cindy Beale, Ian Beale, the Knights. Like they all have their own characters. But what I will say is the difference is you can do that in a show like the House MD or ED, I forget how it's called. You can do that in
MD.
House because it's a season that only runs for 8 episodes or 20 because it is 20 years ago. That show did air 20 years ago, so it would run for 20 episodes. You can make him the main character because it's not a yearly. It's not like going for a full year. You can't really do that in a soap opera like EastEnders or Coronation Street or Emmerdale or Fair City or Hollyoaks. You can't do it like that because it has to have multiple revolving characters, or else if you just stick your one person clear there in front of everyone for a solid year, people are bound to get pissed off because again it has to be a revolving cast. I know people complain about block storytelling, but it has to be like Teddy is seen for 2 weeks and he's gone, and then fucking George is seen for 2 weeks, he's gone. You kind of have to have people come in and out. But so far, it's been the past 2 to 3 months. It's literally just been Zoe Slater, Zoe Slater, Zoe Slater, Anthony, Zoe Slater, Anthony, Zoe Slater. Anthony's not really been featured much. I don't know why I'm bringing him up, but it's been mostly the Zoe like era, I guess. They've really put a lot to it, and the drug storyline. But to me, the drug storyline and hot take, it's generally one of the worst storylines I've watched in like months, or even years of watching Walford. I genuinely do not understand this slow, neurotic. Like literally, the storyline would have been over had George let Terry boot in the fucking door to the apartment. Like I know you're gonna say, but how would he know that Harry's in there? Well, I don't know. Maybe you look around the house and go, wait, there's a locked door here, lads. What do we do? Elbow the door. You know, like it would have been over. It's the fact, and my friend Flora brought this up to me, right? Do you know the way like they were playing loud music and shit? How did no one notice that or question that? Like they should know. Kojo is is autistic, so like I don't know how to describe it, but like he wouldn't blare loud music, like it'd be too sensitive for him. So like surely they would know that like Harry's not gonna blast like MD music at him, like trap music, like but I don't know. It's generally, what do you think? Sorry for my rant. What do you think, Ash?
um, it's definitely got its issues. I can't disagree. We've had many a kind of harsh word to say about this current direction of the show. I think yes, it's shown teething issues, but I think the current issue with Ben Wadey is it feels like we've been waiting for the big moment. And at each time we think we're about to like hit the gold, it gets taken away again, which I think has been shown multiple times because we've shown, hey, Zoe's coming back. Oh, here's her first week back. Oh, she's gone again. Okay. All right. Now we're going to build to Zoe coming back the second time. Oh, Zoe's back. Oh, okay. Now she's back. Okay. Okay. The two important things we need to know about Zoe is the fact that she's looking for her kid. And it's been months, and we still aren't any closer to knowing who the kid is, even though we've basically been seeing it every single episode of every week. We don't really know any more than we did like 3 months ago when she was only just back. Max Branning's return. Max came back, and it's like, hey, Max is to do with Zoe. Does that mean he's a part of the Zoe stuff? Oh, that's really interesting. Then he comes back for Stacey's exit week and Lauren and Peter's wedding, and he's gone again. And it feels like we're just slowly waiting for the moment. The Ben Mitchell return. Ben Mitchell made a one-off shock return, and it was a big deal because it was him back on the show. Oh, and Ben Mitchell's gone again, and it's like, can we just have something now, please? I don't want to keep waiting for you to slowly drip feed more information. You don't need to baby bird us. We're all here. We've been here for years. You don't need to baby bird us. Just tell us something. Give us something to work with, something to believe in, something to actually go, whoa, that's fucking fantastic. And that's what we've not really had so far. As I said, we've been waiting for moments. We've been getting excited for the moments, but the moments haven't happened. What is the most memorable things of Ben Wadey's era? Uh, I guess, yeah, Max, Zoe,
I
Ben's
can
return, but none of them have really like taken shape and actually taken the show by storm. It's just been another thing that is slowly, ploddingly being pushed forward.
I will say it his golden goose is this Zoe's storyline at the moment. Obviously, there probably will be more to tell, but
Oh, of course.
um, it just feels like he's trying to get to Christmas by drawing it out. But at the same time, I'm one of the people who's like, you don't. In the first day when Zoe returns, you don't have her go, yeah, I have a kid who died. Yep, lol. The kid's name's John. He's 25, 6'5", has 10-foot cock. Yep, that's his name. There's all his information. Like, you don't do that. I know you've obviously have to, like, plot out the information, but it's been 2 fucking months, lads. It's been 2 months. And I know, like, this has been recorded on the 4th of the 11th because we're taking a few week break to build up for Christmas. But on the 4th of the 11th at 8 p.m., we literally know barely anything about Zoe. And I feel like we're barely going to know anything else about Zoe for the next couple of weeks until it's Christmas. And then they'll be like, oh my god, I know all of this information. It's also the fact that he's doing these shitty returns where you have a character return, they leave, then they return, then they leave, and then they return for a full time. I know we give Chris Clenshaw flack for Short Stint Clenshaw, which is a fantastic nickname. I have to admit, thank you, Ash, for that nickname. But, like, at least with Short Stint Clenshaw, it was like they're here for a week. You get a taste of what it'll be like if they return permanently, but they're only here for a week, so get used to it. Like, at least then it works in a sense because he's not being like, oh, you're close. Well, get going again, son. Get fucking going again. Like, he's generally just going, you're going up the roller coaster. You're going up, oh, back down. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. At some point, I just want to go up the fucking roller coaster and go straight back down. Stop bringing me up and then sliding me back down. Actually make me feel like I'm going to die and actually go through the thrill of the roller coaster. Like, on a roller coaster. Don't fucking bring me back down. You know what I mean? It's not fun when it's like, oh, Max is here. Max is not here. He's not here. I don't like some of us
A
don't.
mystery's not fun if you don't have any hints.
Yeah, exactly,
Hey,
exactly.
what? Here is the problem. Here is a mystery. Solve it. Do I get any hints? No. What? Why not? It's not going to give you any hints. You need. It's the whole analogy of a carrot on a stick, right? You put a carrot on a stick, or I don't know. It's like the old like facetious jokes, but we're both fat. You put a burger on a stick, and you go, ooh, chase the burger. Not fucking. I'm gonna fucking get you. Fucking yeah, burger sauce. Yeah, fucking let's go. Fucking you're running to get that burger. It looks like the best burger you've ever seen in your life. There is no burger on a stick.
No,
We're just running for nothing. Who runs for nothing? Weirdos, that's who. And healthy people. But
or
no, yeah,
weirdos.
essentially. But the main point of this is essentially saying you have to start dropping more information. You have to
Yeah,
start giving more hints. You have to start making us feel like we're making any progress because nobody wants to push water uphill. You know what I mean? It feels like we're just pushing the water uphill, acting like we're actually going to get anywhere. You have to give us stuff to be excited for. You're choosing what to show us. You're choosing the direction of the show. So therefore, it's your job to keep people entertained.
exactly. And that is the main fault of Ben Wadey. But how long do I see him lasting? Maybe 2 to 3 years. But at this point,
I think it's 18 months to 2 years.
yeah,
I
um,
think I think the only reason that Chris Clenshaw was in charge for so long was because of the anniversary. And I think him staying for longer was kind of a symptom of he was staying because he had the direction and had the backing of the bosses to see out the 40th anniversary. I think that's the only reason Chris Clenshaw was there for so long.
Yeah.
Also, it's the fact that he did mastermind the big show, the big change of the show, making it less crime centric, more focused on family drama. Um, but still, fundamentally, he probably only had more time just because it was different. But we're at a stage really where it feels like a lot of the executive producers in soap are typically lasting a bit longer than usual. Like Ian McLeod in Coronation Street was there for fucking ages, and now he's like head of soap. Which I mean, people who know Coronation Street, anybody who heard that's like, yeah, really. It'd be like the EastEnders equivalent is like, hey, we're making fucking Dominic Treadwell Collins the lead of soaps. Like, you ruined everything. It's
You killed Flooding
time to
Roxy.
make the guy who wanted to do the IRA bombing the lead of running drama. It's like, oh, please no, please no. I think it was Mike Gibbons or something. But
Fucking, you said that. A bomb went off outside. It was a firework. Bomb went off outside. Firework.
But yeah, I don't think Ben Wade will have a particularly long stint. I think he'll have a solid enough stint. Like I said, it's not too late to change it all around. Just a couple of good months. I always say this: a soap is only a few bad months away from the like death store, essentially. But it's also only like it's only a good couple weeks away from being viewed as the best. Like, fortunes can change real quick. People are lashing out because they want it to be better and they feel like they're getting bored. But alternatively, we are heading towards Christmas, and if Christmas is a dud, yeah, sure, then we start to have some more problems because why the fuck has he not pulled off Christmas? It's that you can fall over, stub your toe on the way down, and break your kneecap, and somehow you'll still be watching Christmas and be like, this is great.